Hey YouTube, Kira Twig here, bringing you guys my SPYRAL Yugioh deck profile for March 2017. I actually did some testing with this deck, and I actually underestimated it at the time, but after playing it a little more, I realized this is a really fun deck. It has a lot of cool different combo plays you can do, including using the main card, Super Agent, for his special summon effects, along with the spell cards used in the deck. So let's go ahead and jump right into the deck profile. I run 3 SPYRAL Super Agent. I'd say is your main card of the deck. If this card is in your hand, you can declare one card type, a monster, spell, or trap, reveal the top card of your opponent's deck, and if you do, special summon this card if it is the card of that type. And if this card is special summoned by the effect of a SPYRAL card, you can target one spell or trap card your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use each effect of Super Agent once per turn. So along with the easy special summon effect, because there are methods of knowing what the top card of your opponent's deck is, and the spell or trap pop effect, which is very easy to do with this deck, basically because you have cards like SPYRAL Gear Big Red. He's very vital, and with a 1900 attack point base, he's also quite a foe to be reckoned with, if I do say so myself, with this deck. And I run 2 SPYRAL Tough. This card is your backup to your main Super Agent. His name is SPYRAL Super Agent while he's on the field or in the graveyard, and once per turn you can declare one type of monster or spell or trap and target one card your opponent controls, reveal the top card of your deck, and if you do, destroy that target if the revealed card is the declared type. So once again, easy setup, pop ability, which is a nice backup to this deck as well, and with him you have easy rank 4 plays to go off of also if you need to with your Super Agents. And then another important card in the deck is SPYRAL Quick Fix. He is your level 1 machine type monster. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one SPYRAL Gear card from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard and you control SPYRAL Super Agent, you can discard one card to special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Now what I like about this card is he isn't a once per turn also, so you can keep on searching the SPYRAL Gear cards you have in your deck with this card, as long as you can keep on summoning. I like to also Exceed summon with him and my other level 1 monsters, so he's not banished after I get the special summon, and then if I have the means to, I can get him back out again and get the search off. And he's also a machine duplication target as well, so you'll get all the effects off if you can get all of him out. And 2 SPYRAL Gear Drone. This is another machine monster. If it's normal or special summon, you can look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck, and if you do, place them on the top of the deck in any order. And during either player's turn, you can tribute this card to target one SPYRAL monster you control. It gains 500 attack for each card your opponent controls, and you can banish this card and one SPYRAL card from your graveyard to target one SPYRAL Super Agent in your graveyard added to your hand. So the recycling power is really nice, and he is your main card that sets up the top of your opponent's deck, so you'll know what to go off of with basically Super Agent or Tough for those pop and pop effects. They're both pop effects, obviously. And what I like about him in Quick Fix is they're normal or special summon, so they're also 1-for-1 targets as well with the deck. And I also run 1 SPYRAL Master Plan. It's a once per turn. You can add a SPYRAL mission card from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 SPYRAL Resort and 1 SPYRAL monster from your deck to your hand, except for SPYRAL Master Plan. You can only use this effect once per turn. So I get her off more with the special summon abilities that the deck relies on. Other than that, she's a 2 tribute cost, which is a little more difficult, but still really good when you get her out on the field, just for her search abilities. And then for the non-SPYRAL engine of the deck, I run 3 Red Resonator. This card works really well with the deck just because it spams out monsters pretty easily with its effect, allowing you also to do some synchro summons. And there's a really cool combo play you do with the level 1s also, which I'll show you later on when we get to the extra deck. But like I said, if you also special summon him, because I do run cards like Soul Charge, you can gain life points, and he has those options for just a different amount of synchro summons depending on what you summon off of his effect. Plus the 1 Glow Bulb just for additional summons. Just easy to get him into the graveyard with this deck also, so you can make full use of him. And that is it for the monsters. We'll move on to the spells. I run 3 SPYRAL Resort. Your opponent cannot target other SPYRAL cards you control with card effects, and once per turn you can add 1 SPYRAL monster from your deck to your hand, and once per turn during your end phase, shuffle 1 monster from your graveyard into the deck or destroy this card. So with cards like Drone that have the tribute effect, it's really easy to have a spiral monster in your graveyard with this card so you don't end up destroying it. And the search will always give you the play you need for the combo you want to do at the time, since it says a spiral monster. That's one of the reasons I don't run Spy Gal. As a lot of you know, she's not a spiral monster, she's a Spy Gal monster, which I really hope we don't see any more of those, just because they can't be searched out with the deck. And I run 3 Spiral Gear Big Red, I guess because this whole deck is James Bond. It's James Bond's car. Activate this card by targeting 1 spiral monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and if you do, equip it to this card. It cannot be destroyed by battle. You can only activate 1 Big Red per turn. Excuse me. Basically, this card allows for your special summon effect for Super Agent, like I said, so you'll get off that ability. And he has the effect of basically special summoning it, equip it to this card. And what's great is if this card leaves the field, it doesn't destroy the monster. So it's not like Premature Burial or Call of the Haunted. You'll get the monster and it'll still stay on the field even if this card leaves the field. It'll lose the Destroy by Battle effect, but other than that, you're still good there. And 2 Spiral Mission Assaults. You destroy this card during your 3rd end phase. I like to think of it as like, the mission being cleared after 3 turns. But once per turn, if a Spiral monster you control destroys an opponent's monster by battle, or if you destroy a card on the field with a Spiral monster's effect, you can draw 1 card. You can banish this card from your graveyard or special summon 1 Spiral from your hand. So the special summon effect also counts as being a Spiral card, and the draw power just helps for those 3 turns in which this card is active. And also 1 for 1, like I said, this is really good with Drone and Quick Fix just for the special summon. 2 Terraforming to search out the field spell, which is Resort, just so you always have it to use. And 1 Machine Duplication. I had it at 2, but I was getting big dead draws with this card. I once opened up with 2 Quick Fix and 2 Machine Dupes and was stuck big time with that play there. But I like it at the 1 just because it's a nice combo to have, but you don't necessarily need it because you can always do well with just the 1 Quick Fix either way. And then 1 Upstart along with 1 Reinforcements of the Army for the search power, and the draw power just helps to go through the deck a little quicker. And 1 Soul Charge. I like this just for the special summon spam that you can do with all your monsters, get off your plays you need, have resources to work with. 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. If you want to run Twin Twister, that's completely fine in this deck. It's not about the hand limit size because you don't really have that problem too much with this deck. And in fact, Twin Twister helps a lot with the graveyard plays, just so you have stuff in the graveyard to work with. But MST is just my personal choice at the time being for this deck. And 2 Resonator Call, just to search out red Resonator and have easy search play combos there. And then for traps, I run 2 Spiral Gear Utility Wire. If you control a Spiral Super Agent, target 1 face-up card your opponent controls, place it on top of the deck. You can only activate 1 Spiral Utility Wire per turn. So it's not a destruction effect, so you can get rid of pesky monsters that either have effects in the graveyard, like Phantom Knight monsters, or stuff like that. An easy card to make use of. I always like to rely on it, just because it's very versatile in the deck. And 1 Spiral Mission Recapture. Destroy this card during the 3rd end phase after activation, and once per turn if a Spiral monster is special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end of the turn. It cannot attack directly this turn, and if a Spiral monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So what I really like about the Spiral cards is they also have, those nice graveyard effects to go off of. And they're just, really helpful with a lot of your different combo plays, because this deck can literally do a lot of different things. It can bounce back cards, it can take control of cards. I guess you'd like to say like they're all the different types of, missions or, gadgets, which is exactly what they show on the name of the card for this deck. And plus 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, and 2 Call the Haunted to finish up the deck. If you want to run Solemn Warning or Solemn Strike, you can do that as well. I just preferred Bottomless over that, just for the Soul Charge usage. And now moving on to the extra deck, I run 1 Naturia Beast. Super Agent is an Earth monster with the glow-up bulb. It's very easy to get this guy out, especially if you can special summon the glow-up bulb and already have the Super Agent special summoned. I've opened up with the glow-up bulb before and had to rely on, just special summoning Super Agent, getting lucky, normal summoning bulb, and there's my beast right there. And 1 Formula Synchron, just for the level 2 plays with the Quick Fix, then the glow up bulb, or the drone. Stardust Charge Warrior for the level 6 plays with Red Resonator, just for draw power, and it can attack all special summon monsters. One Trishula, a little more difficult to get off, but still very usable. 2 level 4s and the 1 level 1 is most of the time what I go for with this card. And the one fun combo I thought of was, actually, it's a very common combo with the deck, just because it's easy to make use of, is the Yugioh Defender play, in which you use Red Resonator with one of your level 1 Spiral monsters. So you basically summon Red Resonator, special summon, get the effect, then synchro into Yugioh Defender, and then get out the last 3 Yugioh Defenders using their own effect, which is once per turn. If all the monsters you control are Earth Warrior type, you can special summon 1 Yugioh Defender from your extra deck, and when this card is targeted for an attack, you can make this card gain 1000 attack for each Earth Warrior type monster you control, other than this card. So it's a nice little card to sit on, but it's also good for the Xyz plays that you can do with this card. So you'll have the 2 Xyz and then the 1 extra one to work with. And most of the time you can go into just what you need very easily. They're free cards basically because you meet the requirement very easily. And then 1 Utopia Roots, 1 Lightning Chidori. I like this just as a small tech for the Spiral Tough when I can overlay them. A lot of times my opponent doesn't see it coming. You meet the requirements with the 2 level 4 wind monsters because that's what Tough is. And 1 Castel, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Dark Rebellion, 1 Gaga Cowboy, and for the rank 3 plays, I run 1 Alucard and 1 Leviair. I take out the Alucard, I just don't know where my Malaya is at the moment, but I'd run her just because she can search out the Globe Bulb for faster Naturia Beast plays. If you don't want to run the combo with the Yugioh Defender and the 2 level 3 Exceed monsters, I would take these out and in exchange put in 1 Barkion, 1 Red Wyvern, 1 Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Daigusto Morale, and 1 Ghost Trick Dalahan. This is just preference if you don't want to, go for that combo play, if you don't have the cards, but you just want, other more basic resources. But yeah, that's it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.